How's it going, everybody? Bo Baker, Low Life Luxury. Of course, if y'all have watched me before, you kind of know the drill. If not, welcome. We are fixing to bait some traps. It's been a couple weeks since I've been, and we're gonna go out here and spend a couple hours this afternoon and see if I can't pick up at least a dozen crab. So we're gonna bait these traps and get rolling. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I've been busy doing other stuff, but anyhow, I'm going to got these chicken legs. I think I'm just gonna try zip tying these on. See how it works out. Y'all can see that. Okay. Y'all see that? I got that rigged up. This is the clip that you usually shove that meat down on. So I went ahead and clipped it shut, got it pulled down tight, and I zip tied that around that bone of that chicken leg on there. And I'll cut that tag off. And so that's the way we're gonna rig it. I'm gonna do. I don't know if that's let that thing shut enough. Yeah, it'll be all right. I think so. Anyhow, I lost one trap the last time out, so I got 10 of these things left to bait up after this one. So we want to get them done. We'll bring y'all back in a minute. So finally getting started. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a beautiful day. The tide is just turning on the outside, but we've got some super high water, so the exhaust is tore off the airboat getting redone, so we're gonna have to take the blue wave. So we're gonna go out here to a little bit of deeper water, try it, see what happens. So y'all come along, let's go see what's out there. good sized dolphins right there. Yeah, man. Heard of horseplay, but this is dolphin play. Like I said, it's never boring out here. Absolutely no telling from day to day what we're gonna see. I ain't sure they ain't looking for love. Some good sized dolphins. Awesome. Let's go see if we can catch some blue crab. Y'all, we're gonna run some of these traps. We're gonna run some of these traps right here. All right, y'all, so I got those traps all set out. There was old boy fishing around this island when I got out here, so I just gave him plenty of room. Anyhow, he's gone. I just shut down up here, throw a spoon while I was drifting past this island, and they was mullet all over the front of the boat. So I'm gonna slide back up here and kind of try to make that same drift and see if it happens again. That whole school of mullet, it's kind of pushing out with the boat as it drifted, but I've got that net up on the front, so if I won't see him again like that, but we're gonna try to make the same thing happen. See if they wad up around the boat again. So stay tuned. There's mullet everywhere in here. I mean, everywhere. mullet too. It's a big mullet. Mullet in there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 nice mullet. That one cast. That's why, even though you plan on going to do one thing, always be prepared for something else. Thank goodness I had my net. All right. And just like that. We got some good mullet. One cast, plenty of mullet. Put on the smoker. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up. And that's probably all the mullet I'm gonna try to catch. And time to go start pulling these crab traps. So we'll be back in a minute. No crab. The meat is gone. I mean, they have done with that. Now, dead fish, like honest. Great. Well, I say usually you're on a crab, that's all you're going to be able to do, because and you fool around trying to do anything else, and you won't have any bait left. It don't take but a minute. Maybe a short crabbing trip. We may go back to catching some more mullet. I ain't got any more bait for the rest of these. I did that one. Big into y'all. A big blue crab. I guess if I don't get another one, it'd be big enough to satisfy me. Yeah, that's a big crab. Oh. Grab on, y'all. Another nice crab. Another nice crab. Yeah, the closer you get to this island, like I said, I know they usually walk around here with kids. They come out here and swim and they'll dip them up. on if I can get him in the boat. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Another nice one. I'm telling you, man, hey, this is a big blue crab out here. A big blue crab. Wasn't too successful on the blue crab out here. Got a nice box of mullet and three or four blue crab. I think it's 3 big blue crab. So I guess if I don't get any more, that'll take care of my craving, I hope. But we're not done. We're gonna move inshore a little ways, set these traps, at least the ones that's got enough meat on them to attract anything, set them back out, and oh, we'll pick up a few more. I got my rod and reels, so maybe we might hit some of these points. This tide's just turning, getting rolling good, so we're telling what might happen. So stay with me. All right, we got these traps set out again. So we're gonna use our way back up the front of the line, and we'll check them. Stay tuned. Don't feel nothing. Oh yeah. Sometimes you can't feel them. Nice crab, y'all. We got him. We got him. This wind is picking up. Right. Let's check the rest of them. Another big crab, y'all. Woo! I mean, oh, good one. Look at that. That is a nice one. Man. All right. Feels like a crab. Feels like a crab. And it is a crab. Another big crab. Man, these crab out here are so nice. Look at that, y'all. Woo-wee. Oh yeah. Oh, I still got one. It was almost a twofer. Yeah, it was 2 big crabs in there. But we got one of them. Nice. Yeah, the one that just come out of there was even bigger than it. Well, that's a wrap. I think it's about 6 o'clock, so we've been out here about 3 hours. But got a good dolphin show. Got a good mess of mullet. Got a nice little table of blue crab. What a beautiful afternoon. Wide open view of the Gulf of America. The pelicans are fishing. Seagulls are active. I wish this camera would pick up all the pelicans and stuff. I mean, they are. Look at him working. Maybe y'all can see that. I mean, they are out here fishing everywhere. Tons of bait. A little bit of temperature change, and it's got everything active. It is a perfect time to be on the water. All right, we're gonna put this thing up on plane and carry it to the house. We'll see y'all back there. Count these crabs, see how many we got. Let's say I think we had 14 mullet. I don't know how many crabs we've got. Probably at least about a dozen, real close to it. All right, let's go. Yeah, hopefully y'all can see that eagle up there. I mean, what a day. Yep. We're gonna smoke some mullet tomorrow. Yep, we'll ice them down. Then cleaned up in the morning and get them on the smoker. All right, y'all, let's get these crab cleaned. Alright, so we're going to take this crab, grab him like that, put your hand across his back, hook your thumb under the point on this side, roll that shell off, roll the crab, use the sharp point, go under the skirt right here, and that's a male crab. And you can kind of see why it's a male crab. Roll that off. Take the lungs right here. They're attached at the bottom of the shell and they're just laying up here on the top. You just fold them back from the top and peel them off. Pull the face off, mandible, the lungs on the other side. Adjust your spray nozzle so it's not blasting. Wash the crab out. You don't want to be blasting water up in the meat cavity. Just light spray. You get it washed out. Everything in there is pretty much edible, so you don't have to worry about getting it super clean. I mean, you can see that's pretty clean. And then I spray all the leg joints underneath. And that's how we clean them. All right, y'all. We got the crab clean. I'm gonna run through here and cut them in half. When you're eating them, you'll usually break them in half and pick through one side. So I go ahead and cut them in half. All right, y'all. So of course, I always start out with my Seminole Swamp season, Fire in the Swamp. It's got the heat. And plenty of salt, so you don't have to go too heavy with this. Just enough of that to make you lick your lips and drink a cold beer. Some of that Kansas City Joe's Big Meat Seasoning. This stuff has got less sodium in it. It's got a great flavor. Just another light kind of dusting of that. Then we go in with the Old Bay, good and heavy. You want to make sure you get that all over the legs and try to make sure the inside of the cavity, you get in there real well. I said, this stuff doesn't have a whole lot of salt in it, just a good flavor. So, and that's the reason why I add 2 light kind of dustings of this stuff, that for the heat and flavor. That's really good. And then cover everything in that. All the legs, get all over everything. When you're eating this thing, you'll be eating on all those legs and sucking all the meat off of them, so get that seasoning all over those legs and everywhere. And I get that minced garlic in the jar. You can just kind of drop this stuff around because we're going to stir it up, get all that garlic stirred in on those legs. All that seasoning on the bottom of that crab. You can smell that right now. Yeah, makes your mouth water. Oh. And I'll always find a couple beers laying around. This just happens to be some Yingling lager. I'll use whatever beer somebody's brought over and left that I don't drink. Depending on your steam pot, you have to be careful not to add so much liquid that when you set your steamer in there, that the liquid is not inside here. This is a pot that this actually fits in, is shallow, and 2 beers by itself lets the liquid come in here, and we don't want to boil them, we want to steam them. So make sure your pot is deep enough, depending on how much liquid you put in, because you don't want your liquid to be up inside your steam container. This is a nice deep pot, so I've got, you know what I mean, about 4 inches of liquid I can put in the bottom of this. I've got some lime. I like to put in here. And we're going to put a little apple cider vinegar. You can use regular vinegar. I just don't have any down here. About a half, 3/4 of a cup. All right. I'm gonna get this up to a boil, and we'll bring y'all back in a few minutes. All right, y'all. So I'm getting these crabs layered in here, and I'm trying to space them out so that the steam can roll up between everything as easily as possible. Like I said, you don't want to wad everything up in there in just one spot. So take your time, place them around, and you'll be in good shape. Let these things go. We're going to get all that good garlic left on that table. And on top of that crab. Alright, we're almost ready to get them crabs on. Oh, steam jaw up. Oh yeah. She's a bubbling and a bubbling. Alright. Set them bad boys in there. Put the lid on. We're gonna give that probably about 15 minutes. Because I like for the temperature of the crab to come up for about 5 minutes. It don't take long to steam them. So here in a minute, once it gets warmed up, I'll see the steam start rolling out from underneath there, and the time I see that steam coming up through there, we'll give it about 10 minutes. So about 15 minutes from now, we'll see y'all back with you. Once I set that pot in there, like I said, I like to give it 5 minutes for everything to warm up, and then I'll give it about 10 minutes to steam. Good. Yeah, see that? Alright, we'll give them just a few minutes to cool down. We're going to run through a mess of them. Gotta start off, make sure you got a cold beer right here. Take these crab, turn them over on their, that's the top, turn them over on their back, lay them on the table. You can crack them joints between them legs. And then you can pull them apart. You get this swim fin right here, this back leg. Peel that bottom shell off. You got that big old chunk of meat right there. Now, most people you see that eat these, they'll throw all these legs away. That big part right there in that swim fin, there's a nugget of meat in there that is so good. Pinch that leg off right there and take your... I take my I-2 and I'll start at the bottom and I'll just chop it. It'll come right up out of there. Give it a little suck. All these little legs, peel them apart. Same thing. Break it off at the top. That whole piece of meat comes out of there. Everybody I watch throws them away. So these leg sections, they're in all these little grooves. You take your thumb and push all that meat right up out of there. Take a little hammer. Peel this back a little bit. If you had a little dish of butter, you can dip that in. A little lime in your butter. Yep. Most people don't like the work that's involved in these blue crab. To me, there ain't nothing no better. So sweet. That's the way we eat them. So I'm going to sit here and probably eat about half of that bowl. And you can either put them in the ice chest or in the refrigerator. You can eat on these things for the next 4 or 5 days. Once they're cooked, those blue crab will keep. You just got to cook them, you know what I mean, fresh. They won't keep unless you cook them. You have to cook them. So, we still got those mullet we got to do something with. So, we're going to get those things smoked. And more than likely, we're going to make some dip. Or we just may eat them smoked. I'm going to get on into these. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.